Now what I'm noticing is there is this older person here who's looking at me in the mirror. I'm not looking at, I'm with. And I found myself feeling a softness for this person, a kind regard for this person. Oh, this person has lived over 70 years. This person's face reflects that. And that's okay. That's in fact admirable. Like, I used to call my mom the treasure. I started calling her the treasure when she was in her late 70s, and she died when she was 84. And I was really into calling her the treasure all the time. And I realized, okay, I am becoming a treasure. I'm going to hit that stage. I'm moving towards that stage of becoming one of the old ones, and who we're glad to have in this world, because there's something about old ones. They're treasures. So I'm just blown away by what I'm realizing just by, the beginning of this venture. Such soft eyes, such soft and kind eyes. That warmth, that's what the warmth does. Well, Lee, the most miraculous moment was the very beginning, just totally transformative. And I'm wondering now what's going to happen, because I have seen myself in the way that I have. So what will happen? And will I do this some more? And what will happen if you're not here? If it's just me? I don't know. I'll be finding out what will happen. But I'll remember how this was. This has the glow of the speaking circle. It has the glow of listening to oneself with the way that others listen, with the kind regard that's automatically there. With just in a speaking circle, it's just there. Not enough kind regard for myself, always for other people, but not for myself. More kindness. That's the big thing. And remembering how I look, remembering how I really look, because I think this is how I really look. And I don't look this way to myself. I don't look this way to myself when I look in a mirror. Remembering I'm lovable. I'm lovable. So various people really love me, but I in some way don't take that in. I appreciate it. I appreciate being loved, but I don't take it in. So this is just so helpful. I want this picture of myself to permeate myself. I am chronically not good enough. But this says to me, no, I am good enough. I'm good enough. I belong to humanity. I belong to this world. I feel like I've really got company. That's another thing, a sense of belonging. It's like, oh, I've got this special friend right here in the mirror. There's so much essence. It's like, wow, look at all this essence. I want to remember how soft my face looked. I want to remember what my eyes were like. I want to remember how soft my eyes were. They were lovely. They were lovely, lovely eyes. And then the wrinkles on my face, how the wrinkles added to my face, added to that feeling of the treasure that's coming. I think I've been feeling about getting older. I've been feeling the losses lately. Eyesight not so good, memory not as good. Sometimes it's interesting. That's another interesting thing. Sometimes I'm just amazing with people, that it's like some sort of alchemy that happens. It's not only sometimes, it's a lot in my work, doing psychotherapy. But it's more, I don't see my face this way. I don't, Well, I think my concentration is so much on the other person, you know? And that's another thing I think that happened with the mirror, that my concentration was also on this person. I really saw this person for these moments. And um, and in a deep inside way, as opposed to when I did the mirror work, which just felt not like this. This was much more, the word literally is profound, much deeper, much deeper, um, deeper, wider, encompassing all time, you know, having the kind of infinity of the universe, that kind of thing. One could say awesome. Yeah.
Thank you, Lois.
Yeah. It's so hard to be able to be loving of oneself. It
Yes.
is so hard. And this leads the way to loving and accepting oneself with all one's flaws and having compassion for oneself. And this is, you know, Kristen Neff with, you know, her way of mindfulness that has to do with self-compassion. This is Brene Brown about belonging. If you can belong to yourself, you're not lonely anymore. You're not suffering in certain ways anymore. But how do you get to belonging to yourself? I think part of it, this could be part of the way through self-acceptance. How do you get to self-acceptance? This is an experiential way of getting to self-acceptance, as opposed to the idea, oh, you really need to accept yourself, you know? Buddy, you need to accept yourself and then you'll feel a lot better.
In working with people who really are going through things where they don't have lightness of being, I would say, if what you see in the mirror is heaviness, go there.
That's right.
Be there, be with it, because I'll tell you, underneath that heaviness of being is lightness of being.
Well, but that's also what's always happened in the speaking circles. When
Yeah.
people talk about where they are, where they truly are, things start to change in a kaleidoscopic way.
Mhm.
So when people are able to talk about the heaviness, the fears, the whatever, the, you know, self-criticism with the listing of kind regard, then things start to change. And
Hmm.
there is a greater lightness of being.
Hmm.